Right to breaking news off the top here at 5. Several people shot in South suburban Blue Island. Witnesses telling us they heard as many as 10 gunshots. We have team coverage starting with our Charlie DeMar live at the scene tonight. Charlie?
And Joe, we just arrived on scene. I had a chance to speak to some people who were actually inside the Salvation Army at the time. They said that they were all gathered here for a repass ceremony for a young woman who was shot and killed earlier than the week. I spoke to that woman's grandfather. He briefly told me that they were in the middle of that celebration when all of a sudden shots were fired. And we did check in with a number of businesses in this area. We do know from a car dealership across the street that they say live rounds came in through the dealership. They aren't sure where those bullets ended up. Everyone in that car dealership is okay. Nobody was injured in that dealership. There's also a daycare right here, TLC Daycare. We spoke with someone there who says they heard those gunshots. They heard about 10 gunshots and also saw people running down a nearby alley. As for how many shots were fired and how many people were shot, we're still waiting on an update. We do expect to be briefed by police here in Blue Island in just a few minutes. But again, what we have been able to gather is that this was a large gathering for a repass for a young woman who was shot and killed earlier in the week. And that's when those shots were fired. We'll bring you more updates throughout the afternoon, Joe.
Charlie, I'm not sure if you know the answer. Did it happen inside the worship center or outside?
That we are still trying to figure out. The man who I spoke to who was at the ceremony says the shots just came from everywhere. It didn't seem like he had a great grasp of where it came. Obviously a very chaotic situation when a shooting happens. So we are going to check in right now with police. We'll get back to you with some of those details in just a minute, Joe.
Sounds good, Charlie. We'll talk with you soon. Thank you. Now to Kris Habermehl, live in Chopper 2 over the scene. What can you tell us, Kris?
Hi, Joe. I'm looking at the parking lot here just off of Francisco at Minnesota, which is basically the east side of the building. That's the main entrance to the back part of the Salvation Army Center. And that is where we've noticed the main cluster of evidence markers down on the pavement there. Also some shattered glass in that window up in that arched entryway there. Blue Island ambulance has come back to the scene in the last few minutes. They're just in staging there just in case it's very hot out here. You've got a lot of residents from the neighborhood right off of Minnesota and Francisco. Right adjacent to where that main entrance and what appears to be the vast majority of the shots were fired. Also nearby 127th is going to be closed till further notice. Got that closed down basically between Sacramento and Mozart. So that's going to be the case throughout at least the initial part of this. The scene has changed over from the initial response. We're now moving into site survey and the forensic evidence. Of course, they're going to get the evidence technicians out here to gather up and document everything. So it's going to be a long afternoon. Kris Habermehl, CBS 2 News.
Kris, thanks very much. Most of the victims went to Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, and that's where our Darius Johnson is for us tonight. Darius?
Hey, Joe, good evening. Yeah, we're still working to confirm a lot of that information so far, but we do know that some of those victims were brought here to Advocate Christ Medical Center right here in Oak Lawn. Let me step out of the way just so I can show you what this scene looks like a little bit. You can see that there are some Advocate Christ Medical Center members of public safety that are standing right here at the emergency entrance. There is also about 6 people of a family who's standing over here as well. I approached them once we got here within the last 5 or 10 minutes just to ask them if they had any relation to the shooting that took place in Blue Island. They didn't respond. However, I did see that they were on the phone trying to learn more information, speaking about a person who was possibly shot, just trying to learn where a person was possibly hit. In the last 10 minutes or so, we did see 2 ambulances make their way inside the emergency department, so we're definitely going to stay out here and see what else we're able to learn. Back to you in studio, Joe.
Darius, thank you very much. Charlie DeMar mentioned that police were about to hold a news conference. They are doing that right now, in fact, so we want to listen in.
All of this gun violence is tragic, right? All in this community, and obviously every one of these incidents we see. This one obviously gains a great more deal news and media attention, but it's certainly not the only violence that this region has seen, and it's always tragic, and it's always sad. And when you see these incidents layer on top of each other, and if it is indeed a retaliatory incident, we do not know for sure yet, but obviously, you know, this, like I said, this area has seen too many of these, and it's always tragic and it's always sad. And to see that sadness just doubled on top of itself is terrible. And
can you clarify with the 2 minor and 1 critical, were the 2 minors the ones who were self-transported, and then a critical was taken from the scene when law enforcement and rescue.
We have to gather some more details on that. Like I said, obviously this is very brand new, and so very chaotic in how it happened. So who got transported by which unit and to where, I think there's still details coming into place.
Do you have a vehicle description at all, suspect vehicle?
It's not what information we would want to release right now if we did.
And the occupant who returned fire, was he security? Was he off-duty police?
I don't know if it was he or she, to be honest. Yeah, so
was here for the repass.
they were a guest of for the repass. Yes, they had an active concealed carry permit.
All right, a little bit more information coming in from Blue Island after a shooting, after what was a repass for a woman who had been shot last week, and it appears that the shooting today was potentially tied to that event that was going on this afternoon. We'll continue to follow this and let you know what we learn.